Hi. So I'm making this video because someone in the comments asked if I could channel the entity and actually do an interview with it. But I'm sort of resistant because since I haven't done it myself, but I've been working with people who actually have channeled the entities and they wanted my help because they got in pretty big trouble. And so here in this video, I'm sort of going to share why I do not want to do this whole channeling and why probably my solution to it, like the way you would get that interview, would be me going out of body, talking to that being and getting back and just sharing my story with what's life over there, what they're doing, and different kind of things. But yeah, going into channeling and why I don't really want to do it is because you don't really know what you're gonna get. You can see like, hey, it's gonna be a good entity. They're helping me. At some point, like with the people that I've worked with, I've got very interesting cases, and some of them are really bad. Like I haven't seen a person who actually had a really good channeling. But hey, it's just my personal experience. Just because I say that people that I work with didn't had a good thing, it doesn't mean that all of them were really bad. I'm just sharing that whatever happened, that was just in my world and the people that I've talked to, and they needed help. So that's it. Uh, anyway, going more into it and why I don't really want to do it is because not only you don't know what you're gonna get, those beings, some of them cling to you, like really cling to you. And the people that I worked with, they would try to do the channeling, and at first they're like getting a really good conversation and getting some pretty good information, and like they're starting to make videos or like getting more knowledge in their life. But next thing they know, like a month later, that being that they channeled is overtaking their body. And all of a sudden, their actions, their thoughts aren't theirs anymore. And now they're being controlled by that simple channeling. Like everyday life that used to be so fun and easy and exciting is now a real suffering because that entity is like channeling their thoughts and overtaking it, since they don't really have what to do out there. And it's like, hey, something new, something fun, let's play with that. And not only that, other beings in that world who see the entity doing the channeling, since they have more powers in that specific place, for example, they actually watch what happens. So for them, it's like similar for the archons, and saying, let's overtake that body, let's see what happens, let's fool around, and they can mess you up pretty good. Like I've really had people who simply lost most of the control over their body, of their actions, of their thoughts and things they say. As in, they can have a pretty regular conversation, but once that channeling kicks in and they're not in control anymore, that being is always there and they're in charge. So you might have a normal conversation, that being will, bam, changes your mindset, changes your personality, and all of a sudden, from a happy person who was having a good conversation with a mother, you're being very mean, you're saying really bad things, and damn, it's really bad. Like I've had people who had cases like that. They tried the channeling and ended up being taken over. And hey, like you can look at people in Hollywood. Some people are like, hey, let's do acting. And hey, that's movies and stuff. So they're getting into role. They need to get the mindset, like let's say a psychopath or whatever, or in horror movies, like they need to get in that specific mindset. And for example, Jim Carrey, he was doing a movie about, I think the person he really admired, like the comedian that he wanted to be like, and he completely got rid of his personality, got into that personality, like that guy. I'm not saying that it's the channel or it's exactly as it was, but for example, as in he really got into that personality and he lost who he was. Like he was a completely different person after he got that movie done. Like everyone's seen changes. And it's like it's not Jim anymore. It's the guy who did the acting. Like you can channel entities like that. And I'm not saying it's always bad. It's just that the people that I worked with had those cases. I wasn't working with Jim Carrey, okay? I'm just taking as an example, but it's something to share. So it's like, hey, the dangers of channeling. You get your mind taken over. You get beings talking to you nonstop. Like you can just have a friend now. Once you did the channeling, they can stay with you, and you cannot cut the connection. You can. Everyone can. Everyone can do that. It's just that some people are not aware of how to do it. And since they do not know, they have problems because now the friend that they channeled is always with them, always talking to them, and now people are being considered schizophrenic because they're having voices in their head, and that's also a part of channeling. Like you might have like a friend, like, kids talk to teddy bears, like, hey, the teddy bear has a personality. They have that invisible friend or someone who they're talking to, but at the same time, most of that can easily not be our creation. It's more as in you channel, you give that thought, and there you go, that being is also there, and now it's two of you talking to each other. I mean, not two of you, but, well, yeah, my English is really broken. Sorry about that. But anyway, uh, knowing that, like, seeing people who really got like taken over or are having difficulties because like from now on they're hearing voices and it's really hard to stop that. I really like don't want to mess with that. Like I said, cool, you can get a pretty good knowledge, sure. Some people get the channeling and then they end up writing the books. As in, uh, there was a boy who hanged himself and actually changed his mind. Now he doesn't want to die and now he wants to escape, but it's too late. He's dead. And so he's dead, but then he connects to his mother, and that channeling is a dead being talking to a relative who's alive, and the mother ends up writing a book about him and his experience and his crossover and what it's like out there. There's lots of stories like that. So hey, you might as well, talking about good experiences and stuff, you can channel maybe your relative and talk to them. But for me, like, why I don't do that is because I have the ability and free will to just get out of body, choose that location or person, go there, talk to them, and come back. Like, I don't have to do the channeling. And there's various experiences, and it's up to you if you want to try it or not. I'm just saying that it's probably why I'm not going to do the channeling. Like I said, like, I'm going to go out of body, I can have the conversation, come back and tell you all about it. But doing the channeling and having a possibility of receiving wrong information, and hey, well, if you receive the wrong channel information, like, how do you know that your ubi is not wrong information? For me, like, two things. One is either you don't know, and you can, like, okay, you'll believe what entity could have lied, but another thing out there, um, is different. Like, beings like us out there have way more abilities, and everything that we have limited here on Earth isn't limited out there. So you might as well have all of your powers. You just get the knowing of are they lying or not, and simple as that. So, you know, uh, that's why I would probably go out of body and not do the channeling. But hey, everyone has their own free will. And that's just a little thing. Like, I actually really need to think about specific people that I've worked with who had either good times or problems, but most of them, like 99%, is people who have problems. So as they come in and talk to me and share their issues and have me solve it for them or help me, I mean helping them, me helping them. But anyway, so there. The little thing, I don't know, I'm just making videos trying to practice, but yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, have a good one.